Alright, welcome back to an episode of the Blitz Survival Games. I'm going to start this episode like last episode. Hype Train first, then we're going to go do some Guardian. I thought today I would talk about the Blitz Star. Right, so I was going to talk about this, or I said that I was going to make this video last video. And here I am making the video. So basically, I'm just going to be talking about what I think the best Blitz Stars in the game are. I'm not going to be going over every single Blitz Star, just the ones that I think are the best. And I think a good place to start is to break the best Blitz Stars up into two different categories, and those are best for solo and best for teams. I think it's good to think about, I guess, you know, I'm just going to start with solo here. And I'm just going to start by kind of explaining what I think the purpose of the Blitz Star is in solo mode. And I think that the purpose of the Blitz Star in solo mode is to give you the best chance possible to win going into deathmatch. That is generally going to be the way that you want to think about using the Blitz Star in solo mode. It's going to be a little different for teams mode. I mean, the same fundamental philosophy, but you're going to go about it slightly differently. There are, it's a little more cut and dry when playing teams. When playing solo, there are a lot of things to consider. Hold up, I'm going to see if I can beat this guy. I'm not really in a position where I can necessarily push him here, because if he starts getting bow shots on me, I can't really take the fight, so I have to... oh, is he lagging? No, he was faking. Weird. Okay. So, in solo, this can come down to several things. One way to do it is if you have the best gear in the game, you just secure a 1v1 in DM. I think this is a good thing to do. You can do this several ways. One of my favorite is by using Assassin, right? If you have the best gear in the game, I think Assassin is a good star to use. Especially if you have the best gear by far, and you have some sort of kill secure or something. I think Assassin is a great way to go about trying to secure yourself the victory. I think, however, if you do not have the best gear in the game, you may want to go for something like... Ooh, this guy's getting some weird double hits. You may want to go with something like Robin Hood. We're gonna have to, I'm gonna back out of this area over here. Got these guys, I don't want to be pinned in between a bunch of different players here, so I'm just gonna jump down here, make sure I'm not getting targeted down by some silly fools. I think this is a fairly defensible position here. I can put myself on the outside of the fight, ready to push mid should I feel the desire to do so. Gonna push this if these guys decide to play very sillily. That's definitely a word, sillily. Alright, mid. Mid. I think I played that pretty well. We'll see if I actually end up getting the star here, but I think that was the right way to play that. To loot virtually the entirety of mid. Oh, somebody else found the star already. What on earth? Oh, is this guy cheating? I can't tell. It's a little weird. We'll see if he gets assassined or if I do. I guess it's basically just RNG at this point, right? Basically just RNG. And he gets assassined, which is super dope, because he was getting some weird hits and I was not looking forward to having to fight him. Okay. So what was I talking about? Right. I think if you do not have the best gear in the game, a good way to go about playing deathmatch, like especially if there's one player who maybe doesn't only have better gear but has like way better gear, a good way of going about playing that situation is to Robin Hood, right? And this will mean that you can take out the most threatening player. You may be in a 2v1, but the players that you're going up against aren't going to be that scary. Besides that, I think that Nocturne is one which you can occasionally use. I like to use this in situations where, mostly where you can get like multiple players, or where one player is like particularly vulnerable to it. I think Nocturne, people have kind of like figured out how to play against it to some extent, right? They'll back up against walls, so it's preferable to use Nocturne in areas where there are, I'm gonna just wait this out a little bit here. Preferable to use it in areas where, or that are fairly open, right? Where they can't just back up against a wall. And this guy's being pretty annoying. He's like a little laggy, so it's kind of hard to play around this in the way that I'd like to. Okay, I think I got rid of his his health boost hearts, so I think I start pushing in here. Oh. Get 1,000,000 potions. Okay. Nice. GG. So I think it's good to use it in places where there are either multiple people or it's really open. And I think that's really the other star that I would use in solo mode. Those are the main 3 stars that I'm going to be using in solo mode, period. Okay, so with teams mode, like I said, it's a little more cut and dry because it's not necessarily so much gear dependent as it is team dependent. Your goal, again, fundamentally, is to increase your chances of winning in deathmatch. But the way that you go about doing this is slightly different. You can beat a solo player with just about any amount of gear if it's a 2v1. Like, for the most part, that's going to be the case. Somebody may be, like, hacking, or they're just, like, full diamond, I don't know. There may be very specific circumstances where you just need to Robin Hood a specific solo player. But usually in teams mode, it is as simple as you use the star to break up the most threatening team in the game. Right? You don't even need to kill both of them. It's good if you can. But you don't even need to. It's really just about breaking them up. It's about making sure that you are going into a 2v1 against a stacked player at worst, rather than having to play a 2v2, right? And obviously in deathmatch, there'll usually be like 5 or 6 people in teams mode. So you'll have some solos, but you want to make sure that you are the most threatening team going into deathmatch. And I'm going to go over some ways you can do this, and then I'm going to go over what I believe is the best star to use in teams. And this isn't a star which is really meta in teams right now. I've seen some people kind of... This is something which my friend... an idea which... I can't remember if I thought of it first or if he did. I don't really remember. Because I think we both talked about it a lot in the beginning. He's came up with most of our star ideas, but I can't really remember exactly who it was on this one. But we've been running this strat for quite some time now. And I haven't really seen it catch on as much as I would have expected it to. Maybe it will now that I'm making a video, but I feel like it's kind of surprising because I feel like this is easily the best star in the game in teams. So I'm going to talk about that here in a moment. But first, what are some other ways? Okay, well, a good one is Robin Hood, right? You just instantly take out one of 2 players, right? That is always a good way to go. Not the best way, but it's a good way, and I think that Robin Hood is the best way to go if you are a solo in teams. If you are a solo player and you need to break up a team, you're going to use Robin Hood, I think, most of the time. Like, that's basically the best item you can use. If you can't get to a place to Robin Hood somebody, you maybe want to, like, Vault Hunter and go for, like, a knockback flame sword. I mentioned knockback specifically because, like, the knockback's kind of important. You want to hit the player away from you so you have some distance. Oh, isn't Jafko known for cheating? I don't feel bad critting him out. I think he's, like, a known toggler. I mean, I can't say for sure, but, like, I've heard. You know, it is being reported to me under certain circumstances that maybe he is not 100% legitimate, so I'm not going to feel bad about that one. I don't know for sure, guys. I don't know for sure, but I've heard. You know, I've heard. Let's see. Is there anything else that I want here? I don't know. I'm just gonna, I guess, own the competition. I don't know. Do what I do best, I suppose. So I got another guy coming. I don't want to give up these pots, though. Do not want to give up these pots. Yeah, I don't need to fight this right now. If I get my Baker pots out, though, I will. Oh, he's going to drink speed, and I'm just going to run. You know what? Screw this. Speed. I'm going to shoot a couple of bow shots here. See what I can do to drain some health. Okay. I have a bunch of healing. So, right, Robin Hood. I think Assassin is one of the more common stars in solo, as I said. It's probably the star that I'm going to be using most often. But in teams, you only want to use Assassin when you're absolutely forced to. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, I would barely use Assassin, to be honest. The best star in the game in teams mode, and I'll show some clips here after this game, if I can find some. But I think that the best star in teams mode by far, you know what, I've never used one of these on video, I'll just use one of these potions. The best star in the game by far in teams is in fact Stasis. Alright, so what is the best star for teams? As I said, it is Stasis, and the reason is pretty cut and dry. It is a star which allows you to secure 2v1s on anybody you like, including both members of any given team in sequence. So you can 2v1 one member of a team, heal up if you need to. Maybe you don't need to heal up, most likely you won't need to. And then you go 2v1 the other member of the team, and they are locked in place, they can't run away. It solves the main weakness of Nocturne, which is that they can like run and split up, right? So you may be only able to kill one and the other one runs away from you. It solves that issue, and it just really makes your life very easy. The way that you do it is you call out which person you're going to target on the enemy team, and you go for that person. You get on either side of that person. If this is the enemy teammate that you're trying to kill, you sit here, your teammate's over here, and that way they cannot just rod spam you away, they can't bow spam you away. They're not going to be able to do 180s that fast, and you are going to kill at least one member of that team, if not two. Worst case scenario, you only kill one. That is the absolute worst case scenario. It is a fantastic star for teams mode. I should mention that this star is contingent on you having your teammate alive, right? So usually if your teammate's not alive, you're going to be using a Robin Hood, right? But if your teammate is alive, I recommend using Stasis every game. This is something which me and my friend have been doing for quite some time now, and I haven't really seen it catch on. I've seen some people try and emulate it, but it hasn't really caught on in the way that I kind of have would have expected it to, because we've used it quite a bit. But people don't seem to make very good use of the star in teams, so curious to see if anything changes after I make this video here, because I think that is definitely the best star in teams mode. If you guys disagree, you know, let me know, but so far we haven't really been able to find anything which seems to be better than that. It's like, again, in teams mode, as I said, your goal is to break up threatening teams, and that allows you to just straight up kill a threatening team, right? So I don't know. It seems to me to be the best star in teams, I think. Hopefully I get the Blitz star in this game, or like one of the upcoming games. I haven't actually got to use the Blitz star this episode, which is kind of unfortunate because this is a Blitz star video. I'm going to try and make sure that I get a game here where I get to actually use the star. I think that would be pretty nice. I'll go mid just for that purpose. It'd be nice to enchant too, right? Kind of want that 6 damage weapon. Even the kit that I'm playing doesn't get one. So I'll just let this guy chill over here. And then I'll start looting. He's gonna get the star, it looks like. Okay, he's dead. I got the assassin string, so I should be good there. He was trying to assassin to escape, but it did not work out. That guy just splashed all 5 of his potions. What a guy. I'm just gonna chill for now. I might actually use one of my healing potions here because I haven't used one in a video yet. So I might as well. I'll use that, secure the kill on this guy. See what level Pigman this guy was running here. Curious. Pigman 10, I'll take it. Get one of these rods, that's an item I did not get earlier in the game. The Prot 3, no, there should be a Snowman X helmet somewhere. I'll have to go find that. I'll have to go find that. I'm guessing that these last players don't suspect that I have the assassin string still. I mean, they may if they're really intelligent and they really think into, like if they look over the kill history here and they really think deeply into the order in which people were killed, and they think into the timing. But they may think that I don't have the string, so I may get an easy star this game. We'll have to see. Protection and prot again. Protection, cool. So I'm full prot. Got speed. I'm pretty much good to go at this point. Pretty much good to go. Let's see what I can do as far as securing the 1v1. So again, my goal here, I didn't get to choose which star I used, right? This guy used it for me, and then I killed him. But I can think about how I want to use this, and the way that I prefer to use this, right? I feel like I probably have the best gear in the game. I don't think anybody's going to have enough gear to beat me reliably. I got plenty of healing, got plenty of utility. I think this is going to be a tough 1v1 for another player to win. So the way that I want to play this game is I want to kill as many people as possible before deathmatch. Then I want to use the star. I see 2 people clumped up over here, so I'm going to go this direction because the chance that I could kill 2 people before DM and then star the last guy just makes it worth it. You know, again, I'm trying to reduce the number of players in the game as much as possible. As much as possible. The best case scenario for Assassin is you use it when there are 2 players left. Usually it's going to be 3, but in this game, maybe we can get it down to 2, and that would just be basically a free win. So we'll have to see how this goes. We got a guy here. Yep, we got this guy, and he's being chased by this guy, so maybe I can... Whoops, we got some newbie noob play there. I have the Assassin's Carrot on me. That's what it's called, right? Or Garrett. I'm gonna go after this guy and see what I can do about killing him before I need to use it. I'm not really in a rush to use the star right now, so I can just kind of chill with it for the time being. I'll probably drink speed at 10 seconds remaining at the latest. If this guy just refuses to fight me, which it looks like he does, he's gonna jump into the water. So I think that what I basically have to do here is just drink speed and then use this. And yep, he's gonna die. Another gapple there, another speed. Make up for the one that I lost, and should be pretty good going into this death match. This guy is stacked, but again, I just don't think he's gonna win this death match. I think I have all the gear in the world to deal with him. We'll see how this goes, though. See how this goes. I want to see what he has. He has speed, which he's gonna drink. I'm gonna drink my speed too, just to make this easier, because I have extra speed, which I can use later. I'm actually gonna bait out his speed, just make sure that he also uses it, which he is going to do, and then I'm just going to run. I don't know how much speed he has, but I can at least waste this one, right? So I might as well, right? I don't really lose much by doing that. So, waste that speed. I'm going to spawn my blazes, and I'm just going to get to bow spamming here. And I'm going to start playing the hold game, just holding him outside of mid. I by far have the positional advantage at this point. Going to pre-gap there. Didn't actually lose any hearts there, which was nice. He's going to push this corner, but that's a really hard corner to push. And he's going to take like 4 shots for that. Getting punished pretty hard. And the border is closing in, so the game's going to start looking pretty rough for him here soon. It's going to start looking pretty rough. Flash something there, Invis. We're just going to keep track of the compass. Make sure that I know on which side of the deathmatch he is on. Going to out bow spam him. This game would be harder if he was better with the bow, but he's not that good with the bow, so I'm just going to keep laying into him here. And this is just a consequence of me having so many arrows. I probably don't even need to melee him this deathmatch. That's probably not even necessary. I can probably just get it with the, yeah, with the bow. And GG. Pretty clean game right there. Alright, so ironically enough, during the Blitzstar video, I didn't even end up using the Blitzstar, so instead I will go over some examples of using the Blitzstar and commentate them. So first off, we have the Citadel game, where I am chasing after a Creeper Tamer, and the reason that I decided to use the Blitzstar here, now I usually don't use Nocturne, but as you can see there's a tree here under which I can jump and get free crits, and basically anti-KB, which makes it like a decent place to Nocturne. Usually I'd say that, you know, his back is up against the wall, but in that scenario he was distracted going for somebody else, he didn't have a lot of time to prepare for me to come in and start critting him out, and really it was the tree that sold the whole thing. Other than that, I mostly wouldn't use Nocturne against more geared opponents, especially in 1v1s. I'd mostly use it to clean, which, I mean, that was kind of a clean, but he was full, but yeah, mostly just cleans, and mostly against players who are not quite as geared as you. So that leads us to the next. Alright, so here's a great example from one of my recent videos where I use Robin Hood. So let's go over why I did that. So as you can see there, he has a donkey, and so I have not started him yet, as he could escape both a Robin Hood and an assassin. But Izaki happens to die here, and so instantly I'm looking at this game and I'm saying, okay, this guy's by far the most stacked player. If I kill him, I probably have the gear to win. And so since he's out in the open, I get the free Robin Hood, I get the kill, and I get the win. And that's a scenario where you definitely want to use Robin Hood over Assassin. And then here we have a great example of a good time to use Assassin, where I'm already basically geared up to win the game. And then I see that there are 3 players left, 2 people have just fought, so there's a decent chance that I clean, and I do end up instantly cleaning somebody and then fighting off this other player over here. Some of you might know who that is. But yeah, it ends up being a really profitable way to use Assassin. End up guaranteeing myself the 1v1 deathmatch, and I go on to win the game. Alright, and then here's a great example of stasis being used. We know this is the last threatening team in the game. We get on either side of this man, kill him, run straight towards his teammate, and as you can see, they are just absolutely helpless. There's nothing they can do about it. They're getting 2v1'd, one after the other. It's not even close. We clean them up, and we now know, after having scouted everybody else out, after having scouted out all the remaining players in the game beforehand, we just know, like, okay, there's no competition left, and we just won the game.